but I'm going to have to be on my best behavior because she can hear everything I say about you.
That's very true.
She's running the computerized scoreboard, the new scoreboard here at Midview. This is my first look at it, or our first look at it, all lit up, so it looks great.
Looking at the starters for Midview, we've got Brandon Grimm. Number 12 is Drew Illner. Number 34, Aaron Fox. Number 32, Jeff Schaefer. And jumping center, 52 is Sean Bandel. And on the Keystone side, well, we'll catch up with her here in a little bit.
As the middies control the tip, and we'll try and straighten out the JVers from Keystone.
Keystone man-to-man. Number 23 out there is Brian Meadows. Number 34, Steve Rona. Number 24, Jason Mihailo. Number 25, Brian McCaslin.
Jump shot there by Grimm, and it's good for 2.
Good start for Brandon. Give him some confidence. It's always nice to hit that first shot.
Yeah, he was a little cold at Cloverleaf, as most of the middies were cold that night. Number 33 is the final member of the starting 5. That is Ryan Janegi. Nice back door.
Underneath. Nice job there. Bandel kind of taking the page out of Ben Elwell's book there, getting the ball to top of the key and finding the open man underneath.
That was a good look. It'll be Drew Illner going to the foul line, trying to complete a 3-point play, I believe. Or did they call that before?
He's shooting one, so it's got to be it's got to be a good bucket.
You got it. I'm just checking the scoreboard.
Still haven't put it up.
He did get a 3-point play out of it, though. Nice trap by the middies, and it's going to be over and back. Good call.
There they put the 2 points on the board, Terry, so it is 5-0 Midview.
That was a good double team right at midcourt, so it was almost like a triple team with the midcourt line acting as another defensive player.
Did you watch the Ohio State game last night?
I watched that.
Kansas really did a nice job double teaming the man up top, and Ohio State couldn't react to it.
No, Ohio State's outside shooting really went down the drain. Good try up there by Jeff Schaefer. Couldn't get it to roll in. Now, if you like basketball, there was a lot of it on last night, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was.
Nice basket there, I believe, by number 24, Jason Mihailo.
Keystone in a man-to-man press. Now we get the man open. Illner's wide open.
Nice looking shot, though. Bandel with a rebound. Looks like he might have, no. Keystone knocked it out of bounds. Blue ball, okay.
He has a problem with his foot.
If you look at the lineup for the Keystone JVs, Terry, they're all 5'9". Do we go
How
by
do you do that?
I don't know.
Must be the way they feed them over there or something. In the water, right?
There's a steal.
Middy's going to get that ball as it was knocked out of bounds by number 34, Steve Rona.
Ever since our first game with Leary Catholic, we've really had a hard time getting those 10-foot jump shots to fall. We've been getting open, getting a good look at the basket, but just no luck.
And the guys look like they have nice form on their shots, too.
Yes, they do. That's number 34, Aaron Fox with the basket for Midview.
7-2, Middies up on top.
Nice job on the press again.
Count should still be going, so they could get a 10-second count. Oh, they got it over. Oh, little hop there for a travel. There are some different sizes out there, the Keystone players.
Yeah, there are.
Height-wise, anyway.
Yeah. I think Jason Mihailo, their number 24, or is it number 25, Brian McCaslin, that's
a little bit taller.
Little taller.
Nice defense by Grimm. smart enough not to touch it while he's still out of bounds. Oh, he had him open. Oh.
That's going to be Midview's ball.
Yep. You see about everything in a JV game.
Yeah. Well, when the ball's coming at you like that, it's hard to get away from the ball, even though you know you're going to get called for being out of bounds.
Just a natural reaction.
Right.
Oh, 5-second count. Should be a good crowd tonight with this sort of like a backyard rivalry here between Keystone and Midview. And
yeah, this side, the Keystone side, will be well supported, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Keystone really supports their team.
Yeah. If they had twice as big a gym as they have at home, they'd pack it.
Yeah.
Plus, all the college students will be home, or should be home anyway.
That's true.
Three-point attempt there. It goes in.
Nice shot by number 10, Nick Geisler.
7-5. Brandon Grimm, a little long on that jumper. Good rebound by Schaefer. Illner up with two.
There's one of those 10-footers to drop.
There you go.
I like the way Drew Illner shoots the ball. There's wide open underneath the 24.
Nice play.
And a foul. That's Jason Mihailo, and the foul's going to be on Marty Starsik, I believe, 42.
It's the first foul of the game. Second foul, take that back.
Two shots coming to Jason.
Mike Krashenko is in for the Middies. And number 44, David Fulmer for the Wildcats. 5'9" guard. Second one's good. Sorry about that, Mark.
No problem. Ryan Farabin now comes in the game for Midview, and Jeff Schaefer sits down. 9-7, Middies on top. Just over 3 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Nice move inside there by Krashenko, I believe, or Schaefer. That was Schaefer. Farabin's going to go to the foul line. That foul is on
number 11.
It's going to be his second.
But who's number 11?
Yeah, good point. It just took that one back off.
Yeah.
Lefty up. Misses the first one. Good seeing Ryan back in the game after twisting his ankle against Cloverleaf.
Right.
That was almost a week ago.
Yeah, when I saw that, I thought he might be out a little longer than what he was. But yeah, he came back in that night. Played a little bit at the end of the game.
Second one's good. He splits the pair. They're getting the hang of the press now.
Yeah, they are. They've been getting good shots off of it.
Doing that diagonal passing.
Krashenko's open. Passes up the shot, though. There you go, Brandon.
Ooh.
In and out.
Look good. Just a little quick with that one, maybe. Midi defense forcing a bad pass. Picked up by Grimm. Farabin's wide open in the middle. Schaefer and Krashenko battling for that. And they're going to call offense on Farabin. Did lower his shoulder a little bit. So Ryan will pick up his first foul. Middy's second. Third. Bandel's coming back in. And number 42 for the Wildcats is Josh Lee.
I imagine all the Keystone players get a good opportunity to play. There's only 8 of them on the roster.
It's an ideal setup if you're a player.
Yes, it is. Makes practices kind of rough, though.
This is true. That's why you have a bunch of managers.
Right. 3-point attempt. No good by Brian Meadows. Nice play, nice pass by number 24. Not 24, 34, Aaron Fox. Nice pass underneath.
It was a touch pass. Ryan Farabin was the recipient of that for 2 points. 3-pointer. That was by Fulmer. 12-7, Middies up on top. Tough defense by the Middies, forcing a turnover.
There's Krushenko wide open again.
Spots up for that three. Just couldn't get it to fall.
I think they've had a
steal by the Middies, but couldn't maintain it. Farabin with another one. Collisions out there. Nice rebound by Krushenko.
It's still in play. The referee. Nice play.
Under a minute now.
Let's settle it down a little bit, Brandon.
Krushenko with a jumper, a little long, and there's a hack. Jeff Schaefer's going to get called, or excuse me, Aaron Fox will get called on that one.
And for Midview, number 10, Jimmy Pruder in the game. Drew Illner back in. Brandon Grimm sits down, as does Aaron Fox. Midview up 5 with 36 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Rebound Ryan Farabin.
Chance for one shot here with 22 seconds left. Back door. Ryan had a lane and puts it up.
Drive.
Natural left-hander. That was a good move for Ryan. Partially blocked by Farabin. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Midview up on top, 14-7. Not a bad first quarter for the Middies.
14 points, that's a good output offensively for one quarter.
A lot of scoring. 4 points Drew Illner, 3 for Brandon Grimm, 5 for Ryan Farabin, and 2 for Aaron Fox. Or the Keystone JVs were led by Nick Geisler with 3 and Jason Mahalko with 4. First time I've been up in the booth since it's been remodeled. Mark, we got Emmett a little closer to us here.
Yeah, he's got a ringside seat there right in between us without any obstructions.
That's right. We might hear some of Emmett's comments that he always gives us during the game.
He does throw in some tidbits now and then.
Especially when we do something wrong.
And he's usually right on the money.
Yes, absolutely. Any words of wisdom, Emmett? Okay. We'll be looking for that first one, though.
Our normal host is taking another night off.
Don's just enjoying the being a social butterfly out there tonight.
I see him mingling quite a bit.
Yep. Maybe he's running for office or something.
Don has done a lot of good things for the school system.
He sure has. And we'll talk about the Hall of Fame a little bit that Don is president of. And we'll bring that up, see if we can generate some interest. Second quarter starting with Keystone having the ball. Big rebound by Illner. Got away with a travel, or Keystone got away with a foul, one or the other.
One or the other. It was either a push or a travel, but neither one was called.
Grimm, Krushenko, Illner, Farabin, and Bandel in for the Middies. Try and reset Keystone here. Next dead ball.
23, Ryan Nagy with the steal. Mike Krushenko gets it back. Number 10, Nick Geisler, also in the game for Keystone. 42 is Josh Lee. 25, Brian McCaslin. Sean Bandel with the basket. His first 2 points of the game.
Nice steal by Farabin.
Get it back to him, Ryan. There's a foul. I think Ryan just made a little mistake there. He should have used the board on that putback shot.
Yeah, they had a nice 2-on-1 there, and I thought Ryan was going to be able to pass it off with his left hand, but he
He waited a little bit too long to throw it, I think, Terry.
Got a little close down there, but good hustle and determination got him on the boards. First one off back to the iron. The 3 subs of Keystone all come in at one time. Janegi's back in, along with Rona.
David Fulmer, is he in there, 44? No, I guess he's back on the bench. Midview really doing a good job on the boards.
That was a good job. That was Ross with the rebound. Kyle Ross.
It's like Kyle dyed his hair a little bit.
We don't have to do that, do we, Mark?
No.
Ours is natural.
Ours is natural. Everybody wants that look, but we don't have to.
No, we're in style.
That's right.
Oh,
good thought by.
That was a good thought. Skip pass
by Kyle, but
Jimmy Pruder in the game, along with Bandel, Ross, Farabin, and Illner. It's Rona with the ball.
Midview now playing a 2-3 zone defense.
That's
nice
Mahalko.
Save out there by Mihailo.
Janegi with the ball. Short jumper for 2.
Those are his first 2 points of the game. 16-9 now, Midview, 5 minutes to go in the first half. Midview breaks the press easily.
Nice drive by Bandel. Gets his second bucket. Nice look.
Good play. Ryan Nagy with the basket.
Ryan Nagy's mother, Yvonne, is a Midview graduate.
Oh, is that right?
Yes. We won't. I'm sure we won't hold that against her. Yeah, I knew you were going to ask me that.
I'm sorry.
It's quite all right. It'll come to me later on. I'm sure I'll hear about it as soon as this broadcast is
I'm sorry, I brought it up.
No problem.
Jimmy Pruder goes out of the game and Brandon Grimm back in.
If I don't have a program, I can't remember names. Looks like they're going to catch 24. That's Mihailo. Never seen so many scoreboard operators in one gymnasium.
They're all over.
They're all over. We got one up here, and young Mrs. Trenchard, and Mr. Bansick and Clarence Gray across the way working on the scoreboard also. 3-pointer just off the front of the rim, rebounded by Kyle Ross.
See Brandon Grimm's dad over there keeping the books too.
Yes.
And there's a Midview grad keeping stats for Keystone. How does that work?
I don't know. Randy Moore on the book. His nephew was a strong basketball player here last year for Keystone.
And I see him here tonight.
I did too.
Nick, I believe, right?
Yes.
Nick Moore.
Nice pass. Lefty up long. Good rebound there by number 32, Jeff Schaefer, for the Middies. Illner with a jump shot and fouled his shot for a rebound. Grimm for 3. Brandon knew that was going in, I think. You could tell he was starting his backward jog.
Shooting back pedal. That was. Then he remembered we had to put the press on. Nice shot.
Ooh, tough shot too.
That's Brian Meadows, I believe, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Going to his left and throwing up a right-hander. Good look inside by Bandel. Illner picked up the loose ball and puts it in the basket. Middies up 23-13. 3 minutes left in the first half.
There's that man open underneath. They got it to him. Could have easily been a foul there, I think.
Subs coming in for the Middies. Number 40 is Ryan Wolf. And number 10 is Nick Geisler for the Wildcats. Janegi and Bandel sits down. Three-point attempt off by the Wildcats.
Nobody on Mr. Ross. Nice pass.
Nice look to Wolf. Couldn't connect on that one, but that was a good look. Oh. Little carry there. I guess it's only a carry if you get caught.
That's correct. There's the open shot, and he hits it. It's number 10, Nick Geisler.
23-15.
Drew Illner with a wide open shot.
Nice
Nicely
shot.
done. You can see Drew Illner getting a little more confidence in his shot too. He's gone through a little bit of a cold spell, and you can tell by watching him shoot that
he's got the shot.
He's got a real nice shot. Nice soft touch.
He had nice arch on that one, good form. All the mechanics.
Illner and Ross now go out of the game.
Number 20, that's Aaron Bradley, in for the first time. Fouls called on Keystone, and the basket counted, and Middies have the ball. Stolen away by number 34. That's Rona, excuse me.
There it,
Ideal backdoor move.
Nice try.
Aaron pass by Keystone. It'll be Middie basketball. 23 and 42 re-enter for the Wildcats. 23 is Meadows, and 42 is Josh Lee. Minute 20 left in this first half. Middies on top by 10. Grimm got
traveling on Grimm that time. He just
a little extra step.
A little extra, about a half a step.
Nothing serious. Oh. Loose
nice
ball.
stealing basket by Brian McCaslin.
He gets his first bucket, and it's an 8-point Midview lead. Good save attempt by Ryan Wolf.
Maybe getting a little bit careless.
Stolen back. Good move by Aaron Fox. Picked that one off. Brandon
nice
splits
look.
too. Nice pass.
Oh.
Ryan Wolf trying to put it back up. Fox gets it. Fox with 4. Middies hammering the boards. Middies seem really quick tonight, Mark.
Got 10 seconds. There it goes.
It's going to get it to fall.
3-point play.
Nice move by Aaron Fox.
(29-17), a chance to go to 30. Doesn't get it. Rebound by Brian McCaslin. Gonna have to get that shot off.
And they're gonna
get a foul. Oh, we're gonna get a blocking foul. Only our 4th team foul, though, so it will not put Keystone
Not a big
to the
hurt
line.
there. That looked like a charge from us, but I think the referee was a little bit closer on that one.
I think so, too.
They'll have a chance to get a shot off. 1.9 here on the clock. Turn and shoot. Oh, that was close. Good try, and we're at half with the Middies up 29-17 over to the guest Keystone Wildcats. We'll be back momentarily, and we'll have some recap of the scores in the second half. Okay, welcome back, Midview fans. We're here in the gym at Kabuski Gymnasium, and I think Emmett's zeroing in on one of the Midview's fans there. Is that Don's picture right there by Keystone you're zeroing in on? Good job, Emmett. Scoring leaders for the Wildcats, Nick Geisler 5, 2 for Brian Meadows, Jason Mahalo with 4, Brian McCaslin 2, Ryan Janegi with 4. For the Middies, Drew Illner with 8, 6 for Brandon Grimm, 6 for Aaron Fox, 5 for Ryan Farabin, and Sean Bandel with 4.
I believe the original starters for both teams are
very good.
Starting the second half.
That's Mark Trenchard, my partner for this evening. Emmett Linkus on camera, and I'm Terry Hawk for Grafton Cable. And the Middies start off with the basketball. Any change in defense there for Keystone? Was that a little bit of a zone?
They were in a zone defense starting off the second half. They played nearly the whole of the first half in the man-to-man.
3-point attempt falls short. Rebounded by Grimm, and he was fouled right in front of the referee.
Got a foul on number 34, Steve Rona.
I'll take that back. He must have grabbed the ball and was standing out of bounds.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
No foul.
No foul. Nice move. A little short. Got help.
Back up and in.
That was
got his own rebound.
Sean Bandel. Middies up 31-17.
Oh, we should have had that pass, Terry.
Yep. Oh, there could have been a foul.
Should have had a foul there. That's our ball. Midview ball. I think we got a break.
We'll take it.
Brandon Grimm doing the quarterbacking again for Midview.
Bandel's going to get the bucket, and he was fouled.
Got a little push there as he was shooting the ball.
It was an early box out, it looked like. And he'll go to the line for one foul shot. He has 8, looking for 9.
Good start here for the Middies. Looks like they might be drawing away a little bit.
Janegi with a long shot, came up short. Rebounded by Fox, over to Grimm. Grimm with the rebound. Nice pass off to Schaefer.
Midview ball. Midview doing a nice job of passing against the zone.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of quick passing, which is key when attacking the zone. Nice bounce pass inside to Fox. Aaron Fox has 8. Middies are coached by Randy Camp and assisted by Rob Overy. Rob Hirschman is the coach for the Wildcats, and there's a charging call on number 34 of the Wildcats. That's Steve Rona, picking up, I believe, his second foul.
Keystone wants a timeout.
Now that's Steve's third foul. And it looks like a 20-second timeout for the Wildcats.
Got your Christmas shopping done, Terry?
Halfway, Mark.
Halfway.
Halfway.
Oh, that's good.
My wife's got hers done, and I don't have anything done, so that's halfway, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Nice move by Fox. Nice steal, though, by Keystone.
That was Brian Meadows that made that steal. Nicely done.
Able to come down inbounds. Sandell with a steal. Bandel, excuse me. Stolen by Meadows. Goes up with a right hand for 2. Brian Meadows with 4. 35-19. Midview up on top. Keystone back to a man-to-man. Illner forced that one a little bit. Almost got it to roll. Meadows with the rebound.
You got a double foul there, I think, Terry.
Very good.
Got a little rough in the lane there with, I know Sean Bandel was involved. I didn't catch the Keystone player. Now, do we have an actual jump ball?
It goes by alternating possession then. The call whenever there's a double foul like that is a jump ball, then you look, see which way the possession arrow is going.
And it is Keystone possession, according to the arrow.
Yep. You don't see that call very often. But that
both guys were jostling around in there a little bit, and I think that the referee was just telling them to cool it, and that's his way of doing it.
That's a good call by the referee because you really don't know who did it first. But
right.
You know both of them are doing it. So.
Right.
Janegi will inbounds. Lobbed it in. Good play, good pass, good shot. Basket by Mahalo. We're going to get a
little reach in foul there.
I think Nick Geisler with that one. That'll be Nick's second.
Another steal by Keystone.
Geisler.
Wide open is Bandel.
Nice move. Sean's having a good night. That's going to be number 10 for him. Middies up 37-21. That sounded like skin there. It sounded like a tackle there.
We got a 3-on-1 here.
Ooh, a couple extra steps there.
But Fox with the basket.
Fox with 10. Middy's quickness taking charge here. Long three-pointer falling short by Janegi. Lee with a rebound. Excuse me, Fulmer with the rebound. There's going to be a foul. Looks like it's on Geisler. A lot of action there. Geisler picking up his third foul.
We're going to get Marty Sestarstick back in the game now for Midview, and Sean Bandel's going to sit out.
Sean looks a little winded there.
Yeah, he does. Might have to run him a little more in practice this week.
I'm sure he wants to hear
pass.
that. Nice look by Grimm. Nice shot.
That's Jeff Schaefer with the basket.
Jeff's on the scoreboard. His first two.
Midview in kind of a 3-2 zone out there. Pretty flat up top. I imagine it's actually a 1-2-2.
Marty with the rebound. Brandon Grimm slowing it down a little bit. Geisler with some ball handling skills there. 3-point attempt by Janegi, just off the iron. Grim for two.
A two-pointer?
Yep.
Must have had a foot on the line.
Just before he went up, his right foot went forward a little bit. Rebound by Schaefer for the Middies.
There you go, we got the numbers.
It's going to slow it up. Fox. A little off balance there. Good work by Cesarczyk.
Marty's got good size to him, 6'3". Only a freshman.
It's got a little bulk there. Not a lot, but enough there to move some bodies around. I remember watching him when he was in the 8th grade playing last year. He did a nice job for Coach Newman. First shot's up and good. Marty's first points on the night. Wholesale substitutions.
Schaefer and Illner out for Midview. Krashenko in and Farabend in.
And looks like Fox is back in.
Josh Lee is in the game for Keystone. David Fulmer in the game.
Second shot's off by Cesarczyk. But the Middies scored on a two-pointer. Farabend with the steal. Tried to do a reverse dribble, just lost his footwork a little bit. Keystone picked it up. Fulmer trying to go in the middle. Fox got fouled. Almost put that one in, Mark.
You sure did.
Foul was by number 25, McCaslin.
Aaron's showing some pretty good speed going after that ball, too.
He sure did. Kyle Ross will come in if Aaron makes this basket. And he does. Ross will take Fox's spot for the Middies. And it's 48-21. 45 seconds left in the third quarter. And fumbled out of bounds by Keystone. It'll be Middie basketball. Right in front of AD Stan Hughes. Give and go, or a pick and roll. Farabend picked up the loose ball. And the Middies going to get that one back? Or is it off white?
Keystone ball.
Okay. Nice layup there by number 34. That's Steve Rona.
Midview needed to do a little better job of blocking the baseline there.
Good defense there by Janegi. And we have the end of the third quarter. Midview up 48-23. A nice quarter for the Middies. 19-point quarter to only 6 for the Wildcats. As the Middies had a 12-point lead and they just about doubled it to 25 in that third quarter. So the Middies speed and maybe numbers starting to wear a little bit on the Wildcats.
Yeah, I think so. It's difficult when you only have 8 young men on your team going against Midview. I believe has 12 kids and able to shuffle in and out a lot more.
Keystone's floor is probably about 20 foot shorter than the Midview floor. So
And you know that makes a heck of a difference, Terry.
I know it does anytime I come out here.
Right, when you're used to playing on a smaller type floor and then you come out and play in a bigger court like this, you get winded a lot easier.
Sure do. I had to walk it just at halftime and I got tired.
I won't even attempt to walk it.
Middy's going to get the basketball to start this fourth quarter, as we had a jump ball earlier with that double foul call.
We've got Krashenko and Pruder, Farabin, Sestarsik, and Ross in the game for Midview. Back to Jimmy Pruder. Had the shot but didn't take it. Ryan Farabin with the basket for Midview.
For the Wildcats, we have Brian Meadows, Brian McCaslin, Steve Rona, Josh Lee, and David Fulmer. (50-23) here early in the fourth quarter.
Midview with by far their biggest offensive output.
Nice backdoor play. Brian Farabin couldn't get it to fall as Keystone brings it up. Meadows with the long one, rebounded by Ross. Near steal by Fulmer. He keeps working on it, he might get it.
Yeah.
Shot was long by Krashenko.
Both teams, I think, will be working on taking a little bit better care of the ball in practice this coming week.
Yeah, there's been a lot of fumbling and not strong shots being taken.
Right. Jimmy Pruder with the shot, no good.
Pruder passing one, he was falling there, and Keystone's going to come out with it, and they're going to call out of bounds. Going to give it to Keystone as Nick Geisler re-enters, and David Fulmer will sit down.
Five minutes to go. Midview up 27 right now. Midview with only one team foul. They only had 4 team fouls the first half. Only committed 5 fouls the whole game.
Yep. They're going to get Pruder on one there. Jimmy reached in and got some arm. Keystone will inbounds underneath. Going to do a little stack here. Let's see if they can get a basket out of this.
Maybe does a good job taking care of it, but that you often see that when you're in a zone on the inbounds pass, which most teams play.
Right.
That out of bounds man works his way over into one of the corners and gets an open shot.
He had a nice pick there to get a shot off.
Look out.
Nice block there by the cheerleader. That was a good job.
Did you get a shot of that, Emmett?
Are you still on Don Binney up in the stands?
Hey, I forgot to move the camera.
Oh. I think Don's sitting next to somebody you know up there in the stands, Mark.
Yeah, that's my mom and my dad up there next to Don.
Emmett with those comments.
I didn't hear what he said.
We won't hold it against your folks who they're sitting by.
Oh, okay.
They were there first.
I plan on talking to him, though, between games.
Okay. Don just wanted to be at center court. That's all.
He's got to be right there in the middle of the action.
That's right.
Ryan Farabin to the foul line for Midview.
Nick Geisler with that foul, his 4th.
Got a 1-and-1.
And there's going to be a lane violation on Geisler. He either entered too soon or stood on the line, so Mr. Farabin will get another chance at that 1-on-1. Short on that one.
There's 3 points for Nick Geisler.
I think that was Brian Meadows.
Oh, you're right, 23, sorry.
It's a good shot. Pruder with a nice move, but picked off by Keystone. And something should have been called. And the referee's looking for help. He's going to give it to Keystone. The underneath official looking for help from up top. Ryan Wolf and Mr. Bradley. Aaron Bradley back in, I believe. Yes, number 20. And Aaron pass. A little mix up on the Keystone Wildcats part, and it'll be Middies ball on the sideline. Nice steal attempt by 34.
They're calling a foul on number 10, Jimmy Pruder.
No,
I think.
No,
He was
going to call it
pointing
on
at him.
Keystone. Pruder's going to shoot a 1-on-1. They called it on Steve Rona. Steve's fourth foul. And Jimmy Pruder will go to the line, see if he can get on the scoreboard with a 1-on-1. Good try by Krashenko to tip it to someone. He couldn't get a handle on it. Janegi for 3. Just off the iron. Krashenko with a rebound. Does a good job, Mike does, on the boards. He's only 5'9". Bradley's open for a minute. Good job by Jimmy Pruder. Get in a passing lane for him, help him out since he lost his dribble. And Bradley's on the board with 2.
Nice drive down the baseline.
That was a nice job. Aaron Bradley knew what to do with it when he got near the basket. Janegi, a jumper just inside the 3-point line, short. Farabin with the rebound. And Pruder's going to bring it up. Quick pass inside, broken up by the Wildcats.
You got a foul underneath the basket. I think that's on Mike Krashenko.
I think you're right, Mark. Mike's going to pick up his second. And number 44, David Fulmer, and number 24 is Jason Mihailo. Will re-enter for the Wildcats. Good defense by Farabin coming out on that shooter to 3-point line. And a basket for Josh Lee, his first bucket of the night. 52-28.
Josh has got to be over 5'9", isn't he?
I would give him an inch or two over that. He's standing next to Ryan Wolf there, and he doesn't look too much shorter than Ryan. Meadows puts it up and in.
Foul on Aaron Bradley.
Nice bucket. Aaron's going to get his first foul, and Mr. Meadows going to go to the foul line. He has 9 points on the evening.
Oftentimes you see players come off the bench and they really try their best to make things happen under there, and sometimes they get a little too carried away, and I think we're seeing a little bit of that.
3-point play for the Wildcats. Just want to make something happen while you're in there. And
right.
Meadows with a steal. Krashenko with a bump. Good job by Brian Meadows, under control. Mike Krashenko picks up his third. Meadows will be shooting 2. First one rolls off.
Brian's got 10 points in the game, is that right?
You are right. Mark, I'm impressed. You're on top.
Well, that's because it's on the scoreboard up there.
Well, they didn't know that.
And one more makes 11. 52-32 now, Midview up on top. 150 to go. Another bad pass. Keystone doing I shouldn't say bad pass. Keystone's doing a nice job of cutting off the lanes, double teaming, and really pressuring the person with the ball. And Midview's right now not doing the greatest job in the world of handling it.
The timing's just off a little bit. He was open initially, and he had to wait out there in the wing for the pass, and then it came. So it's the timing part. Some of these guys might not have played together that much before. Meadows with another steal, and Pruder with a foul. Pruder picks up his second. And Meadows is going to go to the foul line for 2 shots. First one's good. And the pep band has showed up. Make a little noise here in between games. Make a little music. I better say it that way.
Right.
Second one's also good.
Get yourself in trouble.
Yep, I'm in trouble now.
Keystone staying with that pressure. They've been successful with it. It's Kyle Ross with the ball. Into Sostarczyk. Ross with the shot.
Big Keystone basketball. I see the 99-2000 edition of the Skippers in attendance tonight, so we'll probably have a little dance action that Emmett will be filming at halftime.
You have to salute those girls for all the effort that they put into that. I know they do a lot of practicing.
They have to practice just like the boys practice basketball or girls practice basketball.
A lot of times they have to go to the different schools to practice because there's no room for them.
Right.
Because of all the team practices going on, and they really do a nice job.
There's even camps. I know at one time Oberlin College had a cheerleading camp, dance camp during the summer. So it's just like playing basketball or football. There's camps for everything.
Another foul, this one on Kyle Ross.
Play's getting really ragged here at the closing minutes of the ball game. Kyle Ross picking up his first foul. 52-34. Middies well out in front as Brian Meadows will go to line again. Brian's been very active in this fourth quarter, especially at the foul line where he's 4 out of 5. And he makes his 5th one. $14 points for Meadows. Nice night for Meadows, 15 points. Knocked out of bounds by the Wildcats. David Fulmer informed the referee he knocked it out. It's nice of him. Meadows with a near steal, and it's going to go to Keystone. .42 seconds left in the ball game. Meadows with a short jumper, just off the rim. 3 middies there with a rebound. Kyle Ross going baseline, gets it to roll in.
Nice drive by Kyle.
Double dribble called on Janegi. Ryan Wolf with a jumper at the buzzer, and it comes up short. Middies JV 54, Keystone 36. And we're going to take time out here. We'll come back just prior to the varsity action. We'll give you some highlights or some high scores. Any comments, Mark, about this ball game?
Midview, I think, overall did a nice job. Again, we need a little bit more work handling the ball, but overall, I thought we did fine. A nice effort by Keystone, too, with only 8 kids on the team, and we talked about the bigger court.